Hey, welcome to another edition here of the Freedom Alchemist podcast, and we're in pursuit of freedom. And I'm away, and I wanted to release an episode today that I think is really special and really unique to something you might be after, which is freedom. And everything on this podcast and this conversation, Kate and I are introducing and sharing conversations and ways and tools and strategies that will give you some more power and freedom in your life, with a unique angle on completely taking self-responsibility and creating this life that you love. Now, I wanted just to share the difference between Western medicine and functional medicine. So traditional medicine, where you go to a doctor here, versus what functional. You might not have heard of functional medicine before, but if you're searching on the YouTube or somewhere for the difference between functional and Western medicine, this is it. So I'm going to break down just 10 simple areas where they're different, and then you tell me which one at the end makes the most sense for you and your family. I have a functional nutrition degree. My name is Paul Green, and Kate and I have this podcast, and I just wanted to share. This one's going to be short. It's going to be a little snack, a little 5 to 10 minute snack. Functional medicine is one of those things that if I could turn back time, I would go back and probably definitely try to save my dad's life, who passed from ALS now 10 years ago. From heavy metals, from his job, it was environmental heavy metals. And had I known a lot of the things that we know now through functional medicine, functional nutrition, I feel we could have saved him. So maybe this video will help save somebody that you love and care about. So the number one way that these two differ, functional medicine and Western medicine, is root cause versus symptom management. So functional medicine seeks to identify and address the underlying cause of the disease, whereas Western medicine often focuses on managing symptoms with medication. I think that's just the clearest. We could stop the video right there. Which one do you think you would want to have in your life? Something that addresses the underlying root cause of the disease, or would you like to just focus on symptoms with medication? That's number one. Number two is personalized treatment versus a one-size-fits-all. So functional medicine tailors treatments to the individual based on genetics, lifestyle, and their environment, while Western medicine generally follows a standardized protocol. Number three, the holistic approach versus specialization. So functional medicine views the body as an interconnected system, treating the whole person, whereas Western medicine is divided into specialties that often treat organs in isolation. And along with this, the holistic versus specialization, I want to add that functional medicine treats your body as a garden, and Western medicine treats your body as a machine. And with a machine, you go to a mechanic and they take apart the carburetor, but when you go to a Western doctor, there's like a heart guy, there's a lung guy, there's a pancreas guy. Like you have specialists that are like mechanics, and they cut out or they medicate. Whereas the holistic approach in functional medicine, you treat the body like a garden. And a garden usually needs sunlight, some nurturing, some love, some water, and some pruning and tilling. Number four, preventative focus versus disease management. So functional medicine emphasizes disease prevention through lifestyle and dietary changes, whereas Western medicine primarily intervenes once the disease has already developed. Number five, nutrition and lifestyle as medicine. So your food as your medicine and your walking as medicine versus pharmaceuticals first. So functional medicine prioritizes diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management or stress awareness, while Western medicine often just relies on prescription drugs as the first line of treatment. 6, gut health and microbiome conversation and consideration. So functional medicine recognizes the gut's microbiome's role in overall health and addresses the imbalances, whereas Western medicine typically overlooks gut health unless there's symptoms there in some way, or there's severe symptoms. Number 7, personalized lab testing versus standardized lab testing. Functional medicine uses advanced comprehensive lab tests to assess inflammation markers, hormones, toxins, nutrient levels, etc. And it goes on, it's usually 108 different biomarkers. Whereas Western medicine relies on standard tests, and that may not reveal early imbalances or look at it as a preventative approach. They're looking for things that are off balance, and they give you medication to try to bring that thing up. That's a big difference. Number 8 is the patient as an active partner. So functional medicine, the patient, you're an active partner with your doctor, versus a passive patient. So functional medicine involves patients in their healing process. So the patients get involved in the healing process, educating them on lifestyle changes, while Western medicine often follows a doctor-driven model where patients receive a petrochemical pharmaceutical pill prescription and advice without much further involvement or having the patient have much awareness or participation in their healing. I'm a little biased, you can tell by my tone. Number 9, chronic disease versus lifelong management. So chronic disease reversal versus lifelong management. So functional medicine aims to reverse conditions like diabetes, autoimmune disease, and metabolic disorders through lifestyle changes, whereas Western medicine often assumes these conditions must be managed indefinitely with medication. Number 10, and this is the last one, there's probably 50, but these are the kind of 10 peak of the iceberg ones. Rooted in systems biology versus disease classification. So functional medicine is based on understanding biological systems and how they interact with one another, whereas Western medicine categorizes disease into specific diagnoses and treats them separately, rather than understanding how everything works as a system or as a whole, and getting to the root cause of something, or of your discomfort, as your tiredness, of your weight gain, of your hair loss, and understanding the root cause of what's happening is so liberating and brings you freedom, because then you can take actions. And usually there's simple actions in functional medicine. Yes, there's often a lot of supplements, but I'm not a big proponent of that. I think you should get 5 of the heaviest hitter supplements that will really make a big difference. And for everyone, it's a little bit different. And rather than just like the disease classification. So you want to understand the whole system rather than just like, treat every part of your body and your organs and everything like a machine. I'd rather go see a gardener than a mechanic when it comes to my body. I'd rather think of my body as a garden rather than a machine. And, if you study the history of the American Health Association and the Heart Association, it is incredibly corrupt. This will probably get this video banned or quieted down quite a bit, but I don't care. For the few of you that see this, you need to know this. There was a time when Rockefellers came in and they took over. They donated a bunch of money to different universities for them to implement some of the rules and some of the standardized practices of the petrochemical industry, where they took of course, an oil product and made some of them life-changing medications, but they standardized it, and everything that had been done in medicine up until that point became quackery. And the only thing that was allowed to be taught in schools was these now practices that were sponsored by Rockefellers and through the American Health Association and the Heart Association. So they're incredibly agency captured and corrupt. And if you just look at the actual, how people's health is just in the toilet, we're the most unhealthy nation, the United States and Canada, that it's ever been. Like the obesity on the rise, cancer's on the rise, Alzheimer's on the rise, ALS is even on the rise, and MS, and a lot of these, and people are just like waiting to get this brutal diagnosis and then take drugs to try to manage it. And I want to share with you, there's another way. You can be preventative. Get a functional, and it's a little bit more expensive, yes, but isn't your health worth it? Stop buying crap that you don't need, or to keep up with someone so that you think you look cool when they don't even care. They don't even think about you. So set aside 10%, 20% of your money in a fund that's like, take care of this temple, this vessel fund, and get a good functional blood test. You can reach out to us. We have a couple that we love and that we work with, and just completely shift the way you're thinking about this beautiful frame. It is so powerful. It's a garden, and if you start to approach your body as preventative, not reactionary later with symptoms and drugs, you're going to be ahead of the game, and you're going to feel great, and you're going to be around to play with your grandkids. And that 7th, 8th, 9th decade is not going to be a world of hurt and pain for you, or sitting in some home somewhere where you don't remember your name. So this integrated, holistic, full body garden approach is functional medicine, and it's what Kate and I help coach people through. So if you're looking for some support in this, underneath this video somewhere, there will be a link to connect with us. You can comment garden, and we'll send you a link to connect with us in some way. But just find, before you just run to like put a band-aid on a symptom, let's think root cause, first principles first, and you will experience a lot of freedom and power in your life and in your body. All right, don't forget to subscribe. And if this was enlightening and educational, and you feel like somebody could benefit, just share it. Leave us a review over there on Apple iTunes and all that. And we'll be back next week with Kate, or the following week. All right, see you later.